comes with several. I want to say that there's a dozen team member cards that are already generated. So you select your cards. I, in the choice of total randomness, just pulled the first four off the top of a randomly shuffled deck. So I have
Why is that doing that?
And then finally, my man in the back here is Stephen Baybrook. In addition to his M4, he is carrying M84 stun grenades. So you can see how they're kitted out. So those are my guys. Each one of the gear cards comes with a so smoke grenade is 1, tourniquet is 1, being a medic is 3 points, being the designated marksman is 3 points. When you add them all up, I have 12 points there total for them. So they're all set. Each one of them has basically 4 health, if you will. So hence the die markers that are adjacent to them being on 4, so I can track their wounds. After they've reached after their 4th wound, they are down for the count. So I think that's a nice way of saying that they've been killed. But yeah, your man is down. He can't be resurrected. Bad guys are all from a made-up faction called Al-Wahid. And you have soldiers, fighters, snipers, leaders, and you also have fighters that are designated as a group of fighters. So the Al-Wahid fighter comes with an AK-47, and that's it. That's all he's got. The group of fighters, same thing. They get an AK-47, but they operate kind of as a unit until there's only one left. They refer to a single fighter or a single soldier as a straggler versus an enemy element, which would be a group of fighters. You can also have an Al-Wahid leader appear on the board. There's none during the setup for this scenario, but when you get to the Sitrep cards, and I'll talk about what those are and what that means in a minute, one could appear during gameplay. So we've got 5 bad guys set up currently. So we have an individual Al-Wahid soldier. He has 2 health. We have an individual Al-Wahid fighter. He has 1. And then we've got a group of fighters. There's 3 of them here, and they each can each receive 1 wound as well. So the soldier is a little more stout. He gets 2 wounds versus the fighters. Because the fighters are considered to be devout followers of their faith, but they're civilian fighters that terrorize the local people that refuse to submit to their ideology. While the soldiers were once uniformed soldiers of a now defunct Middle Eastern army, they lend their expertise to the Al-Wahid terrorist group. So There you go. Little backstory there.
If there is a real Al Wahid, we apologize. We are not trying to offend anybody, and don't blow up our YouTube.
Yeah. So if your name happens to be Al Wahid, dude, I'm sorry, I didn't make up the names. Tablesaltgames.com. But yes, these are all fictional characters. Although I suspect, looking at the unit cards for the U.S. Special Forces guys, that maybe these are based on dudes that Robert knows and loves. So, seems to be pretty specific on some of that stuff. Either that, or he's just really good about details. So, that being said, it's the game is based off of D20. So, we got the big die. And the way it works, it's kind of a unique system as far as combat goes. You want to hit the overhead for me there, Chris? So, if you see, this is a card that goes for our Al Wahidi fighters. And get that facing towards the camera. There we go. All right, so that tells you that he's a fighter, what he's got. There's some stuff about him. But up here in this little triangle, you see it says a 9. So 9 is their threat level. You can go back to the big screen, please.
That's more of a diamond, by the way.
Yeah, well, as you wish. So, but their threat level is what you base everything off of when you're performing combat. So if I wanted to shoot him, I need to roll a 9 or better on my 20-sided die. Now, on the character cards, there's a buff for accuracy, and depending on who they are, it is between +1 and +3. So some of the guys are more accurate than others, just like in the real world. You got some better shooters than others. They're all good shooters, though. But one of the unique things about this system is when the bad guy goes to shoot at me, I need to roll higher than his threat level. So my defense isn't that he doesn't shoot or that he misses. It's more along akin that I am able to dodge his attack. So, got that going for me. So if an Al Wahid fighter who has a threat level of 9 attempts to shoot at me, I'm going to attempt to roll a 9 or better in order to dodge his attack, if that makes sense. And you'll see it as we go along, because the way the dice roll go for me, I'm pretty good at getting attacked. So there's that. All right, so the game phase, or phases, I should say. You've got the player phase, the Sitrep phase, and the clear phase. So during the player phase, that's me, I'm the player. That's when I get to do my stuff. So I can issue orders. Generally speaking, they each get 2 orders. There's a couple of caveats to that, and I'll get to those in a second. But the orders that you can use are to fire a weapon, throw a weapon, i.e. a grenade. You can tell them to move, go prone or stand up, to interact. And usually that's like when in base contact with an objective. For instance, when I get over to the Humvee and I want to check for survivors, it will cost me 1 order for a unit that is in base contact to check the vehicle, to be able to interact with it, open up the doors, so on and so forth. You can have aimed fire, which is 2 orders, so that will give you a +1 to his shooting attack roll. Generally speaking, I don't use that. That's just my own caveat. I think these guys are pretty good, and I like to be able to shoot and move. You can also spend an order to use gear, i.e. my medic has a tourniquet. To apply the tourniquet, it has to be an order. You can have them advance, where basically that's where they move twice the rate that they normally would. In addition, they can climb. So if they want to climb on top of one of the buildings, climb on top of the Humvee, go over a wall, whatever, you can spend 2 orders to climb. After the player phase comes the Sitrep phase. So there's a whole deck of Sitrep cards. And you begin the phase by drawing one of the cards from the deck. You follow whatever the instructions are on the card and immediately place it in a discard pile. Most often the Sitrep cards will tell you to activate an enemy model. And any enemy models that did not activate by the Sitrep card during that phase will also activate. The AI for the enemies here is that they will move and attack whatever soldier is in their line of sight. And then once all the enemies that are able to activate have done so, the Sitrep phase ends. The final phase is the clear phase. So this is kind of an administrative section, if you will. During this phase, you check to see if you completed any objectives, you remove your activation markers, and remove any status effects, i.e. like if I pop smoke and it's good for a turn, at the end, this is the end of the turn, you take that off. So anything that's met their duration. And then you also check for mission failure conditions. I know it's rough, right? Robert says I can fail my mission. So if all of your soldiers are downed or KIA, obviously your mission is not going to be a success. If the mission that you're playing has a term limit and it has reached its turn limit and you have not achieved your objectives, then you have failed your mission. And if all of your objectives or primary objectives were failed. Now on this one, on this particular mission, we don't really have to worry about that. But as you go through the book and or if you create your own missions, you can set up objectives, and if they are unable to meet those objectives because the enemy already did it, the thing you had to get is gone, the bomber blew up something, whatever it is, you are not able to achieve that mission. All right. So now let's talk about movement for a little bit. All right, you want to go to the overhead again, por favor? All right, so this guy, I know he's hard to see, there we go. That is your movement card. So it's used for a couple of different things. The width of the card, you see the line across the bottom, that is one movement. So that's how far you can go in one. If you were going to advance, you would go twice the distance of this card. You can also see that there's an arc on there. That's the arc and distance that you can throw an object, i.e. Hand grenades. When you're throwing your objects, you can see in the middle that there's a point of impact. So the way that works, you can go ahead and go to the big one, Chris. The way that works is it's got a drift or a scatter die built into it. So center mass of the card, you put that on your point of impact, you roll D20. If you roll a 9 or better, it hits where you intended it to hit. If you roll a 1 or a 2, it goes to the right. If you roll 3 or 4, it goes 1 or 2 goes down, 3 or 4 goes to the left, 7 or 8 goes forward, goes up, and then 5 or 6 goes to the right. Additionally, in the game, they refer to area of effect. The size of this card, so this guy here, that is the size of your area of effect. So if it says like the grenade, deals 2 wounds to everyone inside the area of effect, you put the center mass of that card where the point of impact is, and everything that the card touches is within that area of effect and receives 2 wounds. All right, so we got that. We talked about Sitrep. I will quickly go through a couple of the cards. So there's a deck of Sitrep cards. And then, Chris, if you can go to the overhead, por favor. So we'll just pull the top one out. So, that guy there. You can see it says contact. All right. All the stragglers, that's individual enemy guys, move and attack the closest soldier in the line of sight, preferring targets that don't have cover. So that's what you would do. That's your AI telling you you were going to do that. You can go to the big one, please. So there's all sorts of different ones in here. There's one that says contact front, and that's where a straggler actually enters the mission area. So this is a new guy. somebody spawning, if you will, from the nearest terrain or building feature, car door, building door, bush, etc., to the soldier with the highest initiative and attacks the nearest soldier. That's no good, right? Let's see, what else we got here? Contact rear the enemy, whether it's a straggler or an element, nearest to the last soldier that attempted an initiative roll, moves and attacks the nearest soldier in their line of sight. There's a weather card there's a weather card in here. It'll make it go from day to night. There's a sniper card in here. So there's not a sniper on the board now, but there could be, because it'll tell you to place one enemy sniper on the highest elevation furthest from the soldiers, and then he activates before each Sitrep phase. Things could get worse. That's the weather taking a turn. That changes the threat level. It goes to a +2 if they're outdoors. If you're inside, it doesn't have any effect. There's an IED card. So threat level 9, you roll immediately. And if you roll a 9 or above, it has no effect. You roll an 8 or lower. The soldier is stepped on IED, receives 3 wounds, and all models within the area of effect that we just talked about are knocked prone. Not good. That could mess up a bunch of dudes. So, anywho, you get an idea. There's a couple other ones in there that we haven't talked about, but we'll see what pops up. It's all good times. And just to be fair, I will shuffle these up again so you can see. I know there's a lot of talking and just staring at the board, right? Let's do some stuff. I'm with you. All right, and then as I go along and I play and there's something that we haven't addressed and somebody calls me on it or I am inspired to speak of it, I will bring it to the fore. But let's get this show on the road. The first thing that we need to do to activate is to roll for initiative. Now, my guys get to start. When we say roll for initiative, you're rolling for each individual soldier. So on here, on the card itself, it will tell you what the initiative for each one is. So, Baybrook here has an initiative of 5. Pepper's got an initiative of 8. River has an initiative of 8. Speed has an initiative of 9. Man, you're kind of unmotivated, dude. What's up with that? But he is my designated marksman and has the fragmentation grenade, so you better not screw me on this initiative. So one thing about rolling for initiative, you have to meet the number on the card or higher, and then you begin your issuing orders and doing whatever. Should you fail to meet your initiative, you immediately draw a Sitrep card, and whatever it says on it, you do. And then then that soldier who failed his initiative does not get any combat. He gets 1 order, and all he can do is move. So he can't advance. That would be 2 moves, 2 orders. But he can still make 1 movement, and that's it. Because he failed to initialize. Which, if this game holds true to many of the ones that I've played, you're going to see that on a regular basis. And then you might learn some new words. Might be best not to have the kids listening real close. All right. So, I got to get my little dudes from over here to the Humvee to see if there's any survivors in here. I don't have a turn limit, so I can take as many turns as I want. However, speed is security, so I try to move as fast as I can. The longer you're on the board, the more likely it is that more bad guys are going to appear on the board. And as it turns out, I don't need any help with that. While these are all elite Special Forces soldiers, there's no reason for me to make them do any more work than I have to. So, we are going to start off with, let's see here, We're going to start off with Speed. He's my point man. He has an initiative of 9, and survey says 8. Oh, great. Right from the get-go. First freaking roll. All right. So, again, we draw a Sitrep card. The Sitrep card says, Bad Intel, threat level 8. Roll immediately. All right. I rolled a 15, so it has no effect. Yay! If failed, the mission has one less turn. If this does not apply to the current mission, ignore this card. And then there's a note on there that says to remove this card from the game. Deal. Done. Out of the game. Now, because he failed his initiative, he can't advance and he can't shoot anybody. So he gets one movement. He gets to go the distance of the movement card, and I'm going to move him out of the middle of the road over by there. So now he's at the edge of the building. All right, so next up we're going to move, let's see which one, upright walking. We are going to move Pepper. All right, Pepper, get in the game, buddy. All right, Pepper, 17. So he made his roll. He only needed an 8. Good deal. Pretty happy with that. He will receive 2 orders. So we could shoot and move, although he doesn't currently have a target. There's no bad guys in his line of sight. The only one that's down here is a civilian. I'm not playing by the civilian rules. There are actually rules for civilians. He's just here for eye candy because I got some new stuff. By the way, Eureka USA. Awesome miniatures. I love these guys. Can't wait to paint them up. I just got them 2 days ago. So right now they're just our little goat cart there is just eye candy. We're not playing with any rules for him. So we don't have anyone for him to interact with. No combat yet. So I am going to have him advance. So we're going to go 2 card distances. 1. Whoop. Get him sort of over here by the building again. 2. So he's right on the side of the road there. Take your marker with you. All right, all right, all right. All right, so next we're going to move River. He's the guy that's kneeling. Survey says, whoa. Survey says. Oh, damn. Oh, 19. All right, good deal. So he activated. Right into Mustafa, the carpet seller's house. What's up with that? All right, so he is going to advance as well. So 1, 2. So I'm going to tuck him in right next to his buddy there. All right, we're making some progress. We're moving along. Next up, this is Baybrook, and he rolled an 18, so he gets 2 activations as well. And we're going to advance him. Again, I'm a fan of speed as security. There's 1. I'm going to tuck him in right with his buddy there. All right, so that ends the player phase. So, as you will recall, after the player phase comes the Sitrep phase. So, we draw a Sitrep card. Survey says, contact! Uh-oh. All enemy elements activate. They will move towards the nearest soldier and make an attack. If there are no soldiers in line of sight after the move, the enemy elements will perform a second move. All right, so, let's see here. Oh, uh-oh. Uh-oh. Look at that guy. I think... Oh, yeah, he's got line of sight on my dude that's kneeling there. That's River. All right, so he's an El Wahid fighter. He has a threat level of 9, so that means that he is going to attack me. And with that attack, it means that I need to dodge him. I need to move. You know, I got to show him my ninja skills, so I got to roll a 9 or better. And it's a 9. Ha-ha, you missed. Oh, one thing that I forgot to do. So, sorry. My activation token, so I can remember who's been activated. If you're a fan of the game Dust 1947, you might recognize these activation tokens because the little one that's going on this guy is the one that comes with the core set. And these are the super fancy ones that I got from Maker's Muse for my Allied guys. But they look super cool, and I decided I'd use them here because I didn't have any other activation tokens. So there's that. Yeah, the mat's also from a Dust starter set. If you're really interested in the table, I made all the little houses in the compound here out of corkboard. That's all scratch built. Inspiration from Matakishi's tea house. Check them out. I will tell you that if you follow the directions, it's scaled more towards 20 millimeter than 28, so I would scale it up. I think these are a little small for 28, but you know, turns out I get to move my little dudes around them, so I'm happy. You'll notice at the vineyard, you'll see a couple of the vines from the 13 days to 13 hours table. I've also got a couple more over here. I don't know if you can see those, but you know, it's not that those are specifically in the setup. The only thing that's in the setup is the Humvee and the buildings. But you know, got to have some stuff on the table, right? Make it look cool. And then you know, I made some a little palm tree stand there as well, because well, I wanted to make a little palm tree stand. So there. All right. So he's activated. Now, let's see if our soldier. Notice I said soldier, so this is a tougher guy. He gets 2 points. Uh-oh. This doesn't look good. I think he's going to get in the game too. Oh, yeah, he's going to get some. Faux show. All right, so our El Wahid soldier over there has line of sight on everyone, and because my boy that is kneeling there, which is River, is closest to him, he's going to aim at him. Now, he has this soldier, the El Wahid soldier, has a threat level of 12. So he's a tougher dude. He's got some more skills. So I got to roll a 12 or better to avoid taking a wound. Here we go. And it's an 11. Damn it. All right, so my boy has taken a wound. We'll go ahead and move that to a 3. And we'll show him as activated. Got my activator. All right, so now we got these 3 dudes. They need to activate as well. They hear all the shooting. They see that they're shooting over there. So these guys are going to go this way. So I'm going to, let's see here if I can get him to right about there. Does he have line of sight? Oh, yeah. Man. Poor River taking it on the chin, because again he's the he's the closest guy that he has line of sight, because this guy can't see my boy up there against the building, but he can see River. So because he is a fighter, he only has a threat level of 9, which means that I only need to roll a 9 or higher to avoid a wound. Survey says an 8. Ugh, River, my boy, I'm taking it on the chin. So right from the get-go, he is not having a good day. It's a good thing that there's a medic like right next to him. All right, so activation token for that guy. Now let's see if these other 2 dudes get in the game. All right, so I'm going to tuck this dude in right behind. All right. That dude see anybody? Oh, River, your luck sucks, dude. All right, so, River, here you go. Round 3. Survey says, hey, it's a 20. Finally. So, no wound for him on that one. And that dude's activated. Bam. All right. We're going to move this dude. Let's see, where can I get him to? I'm going to tuck him in right there. Move my dice up here. Do, 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 do. All right, can that dude see anybody? Oh, that dude is just blocked by the corner of this building. So he has no line of sight. So that means he gets a second move. Now he only gets 2 orders here. So he's going to be able to move, but he can't do anything once he gets out there. So have fun hanging out there where everyone can see you, buddy. That might not have been a real good move. I'm just saying. These dudes are elite ninja snipers. All right, so that is all of the bad guys. So everyone's activated there. So now the player phase has been completed. The Sitrep phase has been completed. Now it's the clear phase. So we haven't completed any objectives. We don't have any status effects going on. This is just smoke to indicate that it's a disabled vehicle that will be there the entire game. There's no mission failure conditions to be met, so all we need to do is pick up our activation tokens. Team America. So we'll pick those dudes up. We'll pick these dudes up. And that, my friends, is the end of turn 1. Thank you so much for staying with us. I know you're all like, what is going to happen? It's very suspenseful. I agree. Will Rivers make it? Not the way that he's been dodging, because he's already got 2 wounds on him and only has 2 left. So, not in the best shape there. But, you know, stranger things have happened. And again, I do have a medic here. So my medic is back here, and maybe I move him up or move them together and apply a tourniquet. You know, I could, which will remove a wound. So we shall see. I think you know, really the best medicine is good tactics. So I'm a fan of let's wipe all of these insurgent rat bastards off the board. So with that being said, we're going to start turn 2, and Rivers, who's been taking it on the chin, is now going to dole some of that out. And one of the things I did not mention, but is mentioned in the rules, if on the activation you roll a natural 20 on activation, he gets 3 orders, which would be really cool because I'm pretty sure I would just have him shoot 3 dudes in the face. So let's see what we get here. That is a 12. All right, so he's activated. He passed his initiative roll. So now we get 2 orders. So I could shoot and move, I could move and shoot, or I can shoot and shoot. Whew. Is he in cover? Can I get him into cover? I can. All right. So because Rivers has taken so many hits, I'm going to move him. Yikes! Let go, little dude. I'm going to move him into cover over here. So now none of these guys over here can see him. That guy can. So you know what that guy gets? Shot in the face. So he's got a threat level of 12, so I need to roll a 12 or better to back up my smack talk there. Survey says 20. So bam, he takes 1 in the face. Now he's a soldier, so he has 2. So you can see I flipped his marker to 1. So this guy's still alive, but he's wobbly now. And that is the end of the activation for Rivers there. All right, so now my boy, let's see, which one is that? Baybrook, staying out here in the middle of the open. It's time for him to make some money here. He needs an 8. Oh, wait a minute, that's Pepper. Baybrook needs a 5, so I like his chances. And I rolled a 3, of course. Yeah. So even solo, I can find a way to just get pounded in the backside on this. All right, so that means I got to draw a Sitrep card immediately because he failed his activation. Whoop. Uh-oh. It says, that's a big boy. The enemy nearest to the last soldier that attempted an initiative roll, which was Baybrook, has +1 hit point. If the enemy is part of an enemy element, he will separate by a move from the rest of them and become a trained straggler. All right, so now, enemy nearest to the last soldier has a +1. Who is closer? Yeah, this uses a movement card, not a ruler. I didn't bring one. My calibrated eyeball says our soldier over here is closer. So he gets the +1, and he is going to attempt Where did it? Oh, there we go. So he's going to attempt to go ahead and put one into Baybrook. So let's see. It's a 7 plus 1. It's an 8. So he is successful because his threat level is 12. So that is a, where we go, 3. And been activated. Alright, now, he still hasn't moved yet, so he gets his move still. So we're going to come down here. Let's see, do we want to go in the... yeah. We're just going to hang out in front of Mustafa's store here. And we're going to hope that our guys behind us can do some of God's work and take care of a couple of these dudes. Alright, so who we got here? That would be... Pepper. Alright, Pepper needs an 8 or better to activate. He's also my medic. Ooh, sorry, dude. Alright, so he rolled a 15. So he is activated. I get 2 orders. I am going to move him up and push you to the side. We're going to get online. Get online, get online! Boink. There we go. So these dudes are online. And he's going to shoot this dude in the face. In the face! Survey says 7. Alright, now, hold on. We're not totally unsuccessful yet. He's got a +1 accuracy. That makes him an 8. Oh, it's a whiff. Dude, you only need a 9. I'm telling you, these guys. All right. So now, my final guy back here, he's my medic. I don't think I want to do any medicing with him just yet. But I do want to move and shoot. So, let's see. Let us... Oh, I'm sorry. He's not my medic. He's actually my designated marksman. So... So as a designated marksman, soldier is the fire team's designated marksman. He is carrying an HK-417 as his primary weapon. He may re-roll shooting attack, and the weapon deals 2 wounds. Well. So I think we need to, first of all, I like to keep my guys together, so he needs to move. So we're going to go ahead and move. Oh, wait a minute. I do need to roll for initiative first. All right, 16. He got that. All right, so I'm going to move him. Boink. All right. Now, he going to shoot. And he's going to shoot this little dude in the face. Come on now. Get in the game. Get in the game. 18. Ugh. Takes it. That's right. Get rid of that. Get rid of that. Done and done. All right. Good deal. So we're making a little money there. All right. However, now it's the Sitrep Phase. Uh-oh. IED. Threat level 9. The first soldier that attempted an initiative roll this turn has stepped onto an IED. If failed, soldier receives 3 wounds. All models in the area of effect are knocked prone if the soldier fails. Oh, that's not going to be good. All right, so I need a 9 or better. Oh, it's a 3. Oh, that just sucks. All right, so my first one was my kneeling guy that activated. So that River, for crying out loud, get in the game, man. All right, so he is severely wounded. So he receives 3 wounds. So he is done. All right, That's not good. Alright, now the area of effect. And he affects both those guys. Also not good. So those guys are knocked prone. So they're... I don't have a marker for that. I wish I did now. So we will have to remember that these guys are prone, and it's going to take them in order, I believe, to stand back up. Hold on while we check the rules here. Go prone, stand up. Oh, standing up from the prone position is a free order. All right, good deal. But while they are in the prone, it lowers an enemy's threat level by -1. So maybe they're doing them a favor here. All right, so these two dudes are prone. Rivers, my man, we'll miss you. And now I don't have any smoke grenades because I can't transfer the equipment. All right. Put these in our discard pile over here. All right, so that was our activation for that. These guys don't get to activate because that's not what the card said to do. Da, da, da. Go into our clear out phase. All right, so now I'm down to a three-man team. It's very disappointing. All right, Rivers. You kind of hosed us all. So now I see I'm the guy that says you got to take you can't leave a guy behind. So now I got to take that dude with me. Once again, let's refer to the rules because I believe that there is a rule specifically about that. Alright, a down soldier is incapacitated, cannot receive any orders nor contribute to modifiers, and is vulnerable to area of effect weapons. Not this guy. Soldier can drag a down model during his move order if they are in base contact at the beginning of the movement. The soldier dragging the down model is then considered to be using a sidearm. Uh-oh. When he makes a shooting attack, the roll is at -3. If a soldier is dragging a down model and enters hand-to-hand combat, the down model is placed back on the ground beside the soldier that was dragging him. Yeah, so he can bust out some ninja skills and jack a dude up. Alright. Well, that sucks. So... gotta make some hard decisions here, my friends. I can't leave my dude. All right, so first things first, we gotta clear the AO a little bit, I think. So we're gonna have we're gonna have Baybrook. That's this guy. Take a shot at that dude. Let's see if we can activate him first. Baybrook needs a 5, and it's a 5. Squeaks it in, dude. All right, so now that's a soldier, so he needs a 12 or better, and at this point, I am going to either shoot and move or shoot and shoot. All right, so that's a whiff. That was a 3. And that is a 1. So not only did he miss, but I believe that causes my weapon to jam. So this is not the game for me. Not in general, but specifically. This game, I'm taking a whooping. All right, Oh my, there. There is a something on here. Fire weapons. Bear with me. Hold on. It'll be there in a minute. I am sure that one is a is a weapon jam, but I'm trying to make sure that I have that correct. Man down, hand to hand. Throwing grenades, gear, train, elevation. Combat vehicles, civilians. Alright, perhaps I am just making that up. That doesn't seem right, but I don't see where it is in here. It's not a side note, is it? Alrighty then. Well, I guess not. Alright, I thought it was. I thought that caused a jam. And if I'm wrong and you have the rules, tell me in the comments and tell me where you saw it. But because I thought it was a thing, but apparently it's not. Or tomorrow night when I play this again at my house, I'll find the rule and be like, oh, jack that one up live and on screen. That was good. All right, so either way, this poor non-shooting bastard.
Someone said one equal shot himself in the foot.
Yeah, well, at this rate, he's probably not wrong. All right, so now who's our dude next to Baybrook? Upright. So that is Pepper, my medic, who is too late to save River there, but he can go base to base with him and haul him out of there. But first, we're shooting this dude. So let's see if we can activate him first. Now, let's see, that was Baybrook, who's his Pepper. So Pepper needs an 8 or better. And 15. All right, so he's activated. Whoop! Activated. Biatch. Okay. So, again, El Wahid Soldier, threat level 12. We need a 12 or better. And it's a... Oh, my... You guys suck!
Have you thought of purchasing dice?
Yeah, right? All right. I was going to do something different, but since he's not going to move, we're going to shoot again. 12. There we go. Thank you. Bam. Splits his melon. That's what I'm talking about. It's about time. Thanks for getting in the game. All right. Whew. Dear Lord. Activation token for you. All right, so he is activated. All right. And now my last man here is my marksman. So he is going to, well, first he has to activate, and he needs a 9 or better to activate. So let's take care of that. All right, 17. So he's going to come up here online, kind of. He'll be back of the diamond, really. With those guys, he's going to shoot this dude in the face. And he may re-roll his shooting attack because he's a designated marksman. So, threat level 9, he needs a 9 or better. And it's an 11. So, whew, pow! In the face! So, no need to re-roll that one. He moved, he shot. He is activated. All right, Sitrep Phase. Whew. Contact front. Uh-oh, a straggler enters the mission area from the nearest building or terrain feature to the soldier with the highest initiative and attacks the nearest soldier. All right, so let's see. Who's got the highest initiative here? That would be my boy Speed that just shot. So, bad guy comes from the nearest piece of terrain. Oh, that's not going to be good for him. Bam, out the door. Hello, how you doing? You don't like having a guy that close to you, do you? I don't like having a guy that close to me because he is almost in base-to-base contact, which actually would probably work in my favor because then I could immediately go hand-to-hand and stick a knife in this dude's throat. But he's not quite that close yet. So, So he's going to make an attack. Well, alrighty then. He is, let's see, the straggler. I don't know what kind of straggler he is, so I am going to pull a card that is either, has to either be, it'll be the first soldier or fighter card that I pull off the deck. And he's a fighter. Alright. Cool. So as a fighter, that means that dude has a threat level of 9. So to dodge this bullet, literally, where'd my die go? There we go. We need to roll a 9 or better. Here we go. A 1. Oh, I'm telling you, I'm cursed. Bill, these are the dice I got from you. I just want you to know that. I blame this all on you, Bill. All right, so.
What do you think he gave them to you?
Yeah, right? Apparently, okay, so this dude goes down to a 3. This dude is activated. These dudes are going to hang out up here by the truck. Oh, that's why. I'm like, why are the cards different colors? Because that's a Sitrep card, and these are enemy cards. All right, so now, clear phase. Pull off all of our activation tokens. All right, boys. So, I think we got to shoot this dude, right? I mean, he is right there. And I don't know if it's wrong using a designated marksman from, you know, a foot and a half away, but he gets to re-roll his shooting, and, well, let's face it, we've seen how they shoot. So, he needs to roll a 9 or better to hit this dude, and it's a 17. Pow! All right. So, oh, wait a minute. That was his activation. Hold on. It's a 10. Still pow! In the face. All right, good deal. Good job, buddy. All right, so now he gets 2 orders, so I could advance him. However, I am going to, yes, I am going to advance him, I believe. We'll do that. So, standing in Mustafa's carpet shop. Hey, what's up, boys? How you doing? And he gets a token. He done been activated. All right. So now, Pepper, who is my medic, I think I might have him fall back and grab River. And gets an 11, so he activates. I know that this is well within base contact, because he's got to come back to base contact. And now, he's no longer firing with his rifle. He is now going to be firing with the sidearm, so he's going to have a -3. So I might have to remember that, because there's a pretty good chance I won't. But really what we're going to have him do is haul our buddy around. All right, so now he gets another move. Even though he's hauling this guy, there's no movement penalty for dragging the dude. It's just the shooting penalty. I know it's weird, right? All right. Where do I want to go with that guy, huh? 'Cause if I go way out here, I'm exposing him to dudes. I think we're just going to stack up right there, the edge of the house. Move that in there. I'm going to show him as activated. All right. So now it's Baybrook. Baybrook needs a 5 to activate. Get in the game, Baybrook. And it's a 9. So he is activated. And his first action is going to be to shoot this dude, because I find it much easier to move around the board when there's nobody shooting at me. So if I can clear the board of bad guys, I am glad to do so. And 14. Bam. Down he goes. Suck it. Only need a 9. And while we're here, let's see. Oh, yeah. He's got line of sight on this dude. Guess what? That little joker's going to take one too. Here we go. Whoa. Let's try that again. 5. He missed. Dude. Killing me, Smalls. Killing me. Should be killing him. Alright, so now that's the end of the player phase. We go into the Sitrep phase. Survey says, contact rear. Again. Alright, the enemy, a straggler or element nearest to the last soldier that attempted initiative roll, moves and attacks the nearest soldier in line of sight. Alright, well, I've only got one dude on the board. It doesn't say a new one comes on. It says nearest to the last soldier. Well, I've only got one guy on here, so he is going to move and then attack. So, alright, buddy, I don't know if this is in your best interest, but that's what the card says. So he moves, and now he is going to make the attack on Baybrook for shooting at him, because he was the last one to activate it. Alright, so survey says 12. Successfully dodged. Haha, jackass. You missed me. And again, he's a fighter, so his threat level is only a 9, so that's all I need to beat on that one. Good deal. Alright. It's ugly. The Lord knows it's ugly on the table right now. But we're making progress. So we will pick up our activation tokens. Put my card away. And move into the next turn. Alright. So now, once again, because I'm a big fan of people getting shot, we are going to activate, what's his name, Speed here, out in the front. We will attempt to activate him and attempt to shoot him. Really? Alright, so he needs a 9 to activate, and I just rolled a 5. I know, right? It's killing me. So that means I need to pull the Sitrep card right now. Contact front. A straggler enters the mission area. So this is different than the last one because it's telling us that it's a new guy coming on board from the nearest building or terrain feature to the soldier with the highest initiative, which oddly enough is him, and attacks the nearest soldier. Alright, well, you asked for it, buddy. Jen, if you're still listening, still watching, this one's for you. Because look who pops out the door. Bam! That's right. It's our man from 13 days to 13 hours. You know, the disco kid here. And unfortunately for him, he's in base-to-base combat. So that means we are going to immediately begin melee. So hold on while I go to the hand-to-hand rule so I can tell you about this correctly. Alright, hand-to-hand combat. When a soldier and an enemy come into base contact, which they are, perform melee combat immediately. Roll a d20 and add the soldier's fight. So, let's see, that is, his fight skill is +2, so I get to add a 2 to my roll. If the result meets or exceeds the enemy's threat level, deal the enemy 1 wound. If it does not meet or exceed the enemy's threat level, deal the soldier 1 wound. If it does not, deal the soldier. So yeah. So if I meet it, he gets 1. If I don't, I get 1. Got it. Sorry, confused myself there. Reading's hard. You know what? I need to lubricate a brain cell. Okay. So anywho, if one of the combatants is not KIA or down the next time the soldier or the enemy would activate, immediately resolve another hand-to-hand combat. On a result of a natural 20, deal the enemy +1 wound, so an additional wound. On a result of a natural 1, deal the soldier +1 wound, so he would get 2. All right.
There was also a question about, how about style points?
Yeah, well, obviously, I mean, it's not, you know, it would have to be a homebrew thing. I'm hoping it looks good with blood all over it and like a knife in his eyeball, because that's what I'm going for out of this. But yeah, he definitely wins the style contest. I'm pretty sure Bill hates that guy, but I love him. All right, so he's a soldier. So his threat level is 9. I get to add my fight to that. So I only need to roll a 7 or better to stick a knife in this guy's eye socket. And it's a 12. Down you go, punk. Well, he's going to look stylish right there for the rest of the game. Hated it. All right, so now, because my dude failed initiative, even though all of that's gone on, I still get a move. That's all I can do is 1 movement. But we're gonna have to. We gotta get the pain train rolling here. So brings him up to the corner here. Step over the dead body of his enemies. Don't worry, we'll drink the blood from his skull later. All right, and you've been activated. All right, now let's see here. I think that we should have Baybrook, that's this guy over by here, shoot this Joker in the face. So first we got to activate him. Baybrook only needs a 5 to activate, which is good because I rolled a 5. Whew, dear Lord. I tell you, and hold on, he was on 3. There we go. Doink. All right, so let's go ahead and roll for that. Oh, an 18. Boom! A fine pink mist. That's what I'm talking about. And that's the last of that band of fighters, so I'm going to remove that die and that card from the table because they are not currently needed. All right, so he made a shot. He still gets 1 more order, so I am going to have him move up here on line with his buddy. He's not quite on line. He's going to be behind him a little bit. There we go. All right. And activated. All right, so now it's time to get our medic moving there. And, or no, not our medic. I'm sorry. Which guy is this? This is my marksman. Is it my marksman? No, it's not my marksman. No, it is my medic. I'm sorry. Got my cards confused. They all look the same. So that's Pepper. And Pepper is bringing River along with him, but that doesn't affect his movement. It affects his combat, really, because now he's using a pistol. So, that being said, oops, let's get your casualty or your wound marker up there. All right, so Pepper needs an 8. Come on. And it's a 9. All right, so, oops, I suppose we measure and everything. All right, so we're going to get him. You gotta move his dead body out of the way. 1 brings him up here, and 2 brings him to here. All right, he's bringing his buddy with him because we're not going to leave our buddy behind. All right, and he is activated. All right, even though there's no dudes on the table, it's the Sitrep phase. We still pull a Sitrep card, and let's see what happens. Survey says, contact. All enemy elements activate. Oh, that's awkward. They will move towards the nearest soldier and make an attack. If there are no soldiers in line of sight after the move, the enemy elements will perform a second move. Hey, guess what? There's no enemy on the board. That's why I like to kill them all. All right, so no effect. That ends the Sitrep phase. Go into the clear phase. We'll go ahead and pick these up. And back into the player phase. All right, so we're getting close to our objective. Our objective is to check the Humvee for survivors. So we need to get in at least one of the models in base contact and to interact with the vehicle, which is going to cost an order as well. So I think my medic actually is close enough that he can make it in one, right? Oh, yeah, yeah. Where none of these other guys can. So I'm going to move my medic, which means I need to activate him. All right, so Pepper again needs an 8. And he rolls a 15. All right, so we're going to move those guys up here. We spend an order and we activate. Now we need to go back to the mission itself because it tells us how to interact. All right, All right, objectives. You search for survivors by interacting with the Humvee. So I've already spent the order to do that. It was one order to move, it's a second order to interact. It says search for survivors by interacting with the Humvee, roll a 1d20. 1 through 12, the soldiers are missing. There's nobody there. 13 through 20, there's one wounded survivor. And if there is a wounded survivor, he must be carried by a member of the fire team, which is going to get super awkward because I'm already carrying one of my guys. All right, so we'll roll the d20 to see if there's anybody in there. And then from here, our objective is to exfil. To exfil, I need to make it to this edge. So anywhere along in here, I just got to get to the edge of the board to exfil. So that's my goal. All right, so let's roll her up and see what we got. 19. So there's a guy in there. So let us let's see here. Who's a good guy? All right, it may seem super awkward, but all of a sudden, bam, out pops a French Foreign Legion guy. I know, it's weird, right? Who knew that? But, hey, that's who's in my box. So, moving along. All right, this guy, my new guy that just popped out, has to be carried. He can't move by himself. He doesn't perform any actions. He doesn't do any combat. Really, he's just, a wounded guy that's a boat anchor on the rest of the fire team. So, he is out. Matter of fact, I'll be fair. So he's out right there by the door. So we pulled him out, but my medic can't carry him because he's already carrying someone else. So that means one of these two dudes is going to have to come over here and get that guy. So, that being said, this dude is activated. I am really happy we cleared the board of bad guys. Hopefully it stays that way because I am going to have very reduced combat effectiveness here in a minute. All right, so let's see here. I think, can either one of these get there in one move? Nope. All right, so I am going to activate Baybrook. That's the guy here in the back. And he needs a 5 for initiative. So 17, that's what I'm talking about. Way to roll, good game, way to play. All right, so thanks for being on the show. 1, 2, scoot you over here. All right, so they are in base contact, and he is ready to go. Oops, yeah, get back on there. All right, so now that's my designated marksman, Mr. Speed there, and Mr. Speed is going to do just that. I think he's going to be speedy, and he's going to take point and try and secure the lane ahead of him. So first we got to activate him. Speed needs a 9, and he rolls a 9. Woo! All right, so 1, 2. All right. Do that, get that back, activated. All right, now, there's no bad guys on the board, but we still pull a Sitrep card, because that's the end of the player phase. Moving into the Sitrep phase, survey says, contact front. Uh-oh. A straggler enters the mission area from the nearest building or terrain feature, car door, building door, bush, etc., to the soldier with the highest initiative and attacks the nearest soldier. All right, Well, I'm going to say that they weren't in the Humvee because we just checked the Humvee, so that seems kind of odd. So, soldier with the highest initiative, that would be Speed, oddly enough. So he's out here out front, so we'll have a dude pop in. Where's the door at? Bam! Alright. So he entered the mission area. And he's going to attack. Alright, so let us see if I got to pull some cards out here to see what kind of soldier he is. Alright, so I am just going to pull off the first one that either says single soldier or single fighter. And oh no, he's a soldier, so he's a tough dude. So as it turns out, this guy gets 2 wounds because he's a tougher guy. All right, and he gets to attack my boy. And because he's a tougher guy, the point here is 12. So he's a threat level 12. I got to roll 12 or better. 18. Haha, denied. Suck it. That's what I'm talking about. Dude, you're toast. And the one guy with a rifle is my designated marksman, and his weapon deals 2 wounds. So this could all become very important here in a minute. All right, so that ends the Sitrep phase. We'll go into our yikes, into our clearing phase. Oh no, there goes my activation token. All right, so my 2 homies back here, they're each carrying somebody with them. It doesn't affect their movement, but it does affect their combat. So they're considered to be using pistols. It's a -3 for any of their combat attacks, or any of their ranged attacks with a weapon. However, let's see here. Who's got what? My designated marksman has hand grenades. And Baybrook has a stun grenade, flashbang type deal. So, maybe. All right, well, let's just do this the old-fashioned way. Let's see if we can go ahead and activate Speed there out front, who just got shot at by the guy that showed up out of nowhere. He needs a 9 or better, survey says. 15, all right, he is activated. Awesome. He's going to shoot this dude. That dude's got a 12. Alright. He's got +2 on his accuracy, so really I need a 10. And it's a 12 anyway, so... And because he's the marksman, his weapon deals 2 wounds. 2. To the face. Al-Wahid soldier. Down. Tango down. That's right, I made the reference. Alright. So that's only one of his orders. So he is going to move forward 1 movement. We're almost there. We only got to get to the end of that building and we're good to go. All right. Now, we got to get these dudes in the game. Where'd my big die go? There we go. Oh, take that with you, buddy. Here, be activated. Oh, you've been activated. Activated. All right, now, first up is with the pack on. All right, so we need an 8 or better. Sitting. All right, cool. So he is going to make an advance, so that's 2 moves. 1. Not bad for hauling somebody along with you, right? Wish I could move like that. You know, back in my day, sonny. All right, good deal. Oh, and bam, he's activated. All right, and then let's see. Baybrook over here needs a 5 to activate. He's got our wounded dude with him. All right, that's 15, so he gets 2 orders. So we are going to do our best to, I believe the technical term is skedaddle. 1, 2. He's dragging his buddy with him there. And that. Bam. Activated. Alright, so that ends the player phase. Good times, good times. Now the Sitrep phase. Alright, come on. Be weather. Oh. War cry. All enemies in the mission area have a +1 threat level until the end of the turn. Haha. Suck it, because there ain't none there. And that's why you kill them all. Alright.
War cry, is that like a war face?
Yeah, well, in this case... Oh, wait a minute. Oh, I think we should do the war face, right? Yeah, if you're going to show your war face, what's it going to look like, folks? Because I think that you ought to know. It's going to look like... Ah! No? Too much? I heard the sound was loud, so I didn't really want to scream. All right. Most importantly, now, you know, it's like the Mogadishu Mile, except we only need to go buildings length. So we're almost there. If we all activate, I'm pretty sure we all make it off the board this turn, which would be all right. Okay, so first up, let's see here. We'll get Mr. Speed rolling there. He needs a 9. 9. 9 would be right because he rolls a 5. All right. So.
Jim, you didn't convince Jim.
Yeah, I know. Sorry, Jim. I'll work on it.
You don't scare me. Work on it.
Yeah, I'll work on it. I'm more concerned about this mutt that, you know, he sees the exfil point. He's safe at the end of this building, and this dick rolls a 5. Oh, wait a minute. I rolled it. Guess I'm the dick. What? All right. Unfortunately, first things first. Sitrep card. Come on, bad weather. I have movement. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. A straggler enters the mission area from the nearest building or terrain feature to the soldier with the highest initiative. Oh, this spot gets super awkward. If 2 or more soldiers have an equal initiative, player must choose. They don't. And to be honest, this is actually a low model count for me. Normally I have more bad guys than this, but normally I don't roll quite so crappy on my combat. So bam, dude's out. And now that we've got our bad guy out, let's go ahead and decide what kind of guy he is. No, he's not a group. Oh, he's a fighter. All right, so that's a 9. I'll take it. All right. So he's going to try and shoot at my boy Baybrook there. What did I do with my... There we go. That's the one we're looking for, the big purple one. All right, so I need to roll a 9 or better to dodge his attack. And I rolled a 5. Baybrook takes one. All right, so now Baybrook has 2 wounds on him. But he gets to move. And this is where we game the system. He might not get to fight, but if I go base to base, which I have done now we get to do some melee immediately, like right here and now, in his own. All right, so for melee, I get to add his fight. His fight is plus, oh, wait a minute, that's the wrong guy. Yeah, +1. So he needs to roll an 8 or better to win this. And it's a 19. It's in the hole. Ugh. Down he goes. Ha ha, suck it. Again, I'm a big fan of making all the bad guys dead guys. All right, moving on. Next dude in the stack is Pepper. All right, so Pepper needs an 8 or better to activate. Survey says 8. Thanks for being on the show, buddy. All right. He is going to get 2 orders, and we are going to move it, move it. I like to move it, move it. I like to move it, move it. Yeah! Alright, he has made the exfil. Good for you, buddy. That's what I'm talking about. And he brought our man River with him. Again, we're not leaving anyone behind. I don't play that way. Alright, so now it is time for Baybrook. Yeah? No? Yeah? Yeah, Baybrook. So he needs a 5 to activate. And he rolls a 1. A 1. I feel like that should mean something. Let me check the rules. Other than he rolls like crap. If you roll a 1, let's see, initiative, blah, blah, blah. Well, on a result of a natural 20, I would get a +1. Nope, nothing special. Weird, go figure. All right, however, because he failed to activate Sitrep card immediately. Survey says, oh, sniper. No bueno. Place 1 enemy sniper on the highest elevation furthest from the soldiers. This enemy sniper will activate before each Sitrep phase. When the sniper activates, staying on elevation, he will move towards the nearest soldier and attack a soldier in line of sight. This card stays in play until the sniper is KIA. Ew, that's awkward. All right, so now let me find a sniper card, because this is no bueno here. All right, so elevation furthest away. Let's see. I need a good sniper. Well, I don't have a good sniper, but I do have a dude with an RPG. Alright, so I'm going to say that that is the highest elevation, the furthest away. So he goes there. The El Wahid sniper. If the El Wahid sniper does not move during his activation, his threat level is +1. That is particularly problematic because his threat level is 13. So he's a tough dude. Alright, so let us review the card again. So he is on the highest elevation furthest from the soldiers, and he will activate before each Sitrep phases. When he activates, he will move towards the nearest soldier and attack the soldier in line of sight. Alright, so once my player turn is over, before we go into the Sitrep phase, that dude activates. So he's not activated yet. Sniper card over there, so don't forget about him. Alright, so he still gets 1 move. And we're going to take it. It's a drag race now that the sniper's out. Because next turn, I think I'm going to make it. However, that is the end of the player phase. So before we go into the Sitrep phase, our sniper activates. He makes his move. And now, he shoots at the nearest guy, right? Nearest soldier in the line of sight. Well, he can clearly see Baybrook, who just moved. It's kind of appropriate he's shooting at you. You're the one that popped him up. Alright, so we have to roll a 13 or better to dodge this guy's bullet, though. It's not looking good. That's a 5. Ugh. Baybrook takes 1. Alright. You are activated. Now it's the Sitrep Phase. Survey says. Contact rear. The enemy, straggler or element, nearest to the last soldier that attempted initiative rolls, that attempted an initiative roll moves and attacks the nearest soldier in line of sight. Alright, so our sniper cannot move. He can't leave his elevation. So that means he gets to shoot. So particularly troublesome because if he does not move during his activation, his threat level is +1. So we got to roll a 14 for Baybrook not to eat another one. Not good. The only good news is that I can bring my dude back and medic him up if I need to. 12. Not good enough. Baybrook takes it. Alright, so he has got 3 on him now. Let us check the rules, because I'm pretty sure having 3 moons means a little something here. Well, yeah. That's what you get for not activating, jackass. Dude wouldn't be there if you'd just activated. Alright. Enemy element. Alright, again, I'm not seeing it, but it seems to me like that should be a thing, although I've been, not gonna lie, I've been playing a lot of solo games lately, and I may be confused with another one. Alright, so, he can still do his thing. However, you should be a 2. Here we go. So he's a 2. You've been activated. That covers all of that, so now, going to our clear phase. Boys, what I would recommend is running like a mofo. I know you're like, we're Special Forces, we're Green Berets. Yeah, well, you're also a bullet sponge at this point, so quit sucking up the sniper's rounds here. Alright, so roll Nate, and that is for Baybrook, and he only needs a 5. He gets 2 movements, or 2 orders. They're both going to be movement, so 1, 2. Yay, buddy. Alright, so he is good to go. Just might make it, boys. Alright. He's already achieved exfil, so we don't have to worry about him. And now, our final guy is Speed, my designated marksman there. All I need you to do is activate, buddy. Come on, buddy. He needs a 9 or better. The point is 9. The point is 9. And it's a 5. Oh, it's killing me, Smalls. You're killing me. All right. Sitrep card. Contact. All enemy elements activate. They will move forward to the nearest soldier and make an attack if there's no soldier in line of sight, blah, blah, blah. All right, so the sniper gets one last crack at you, buddy. One last crack. All right. So to dodge the sniper, he did not move, so we need to roll a 14 or better. A 14. It doesn't look good for you. I mean, you couldn't roll a 9. 17. All right. Sniper misses. Whew. You get 1 movement, and that 1 movement gets you to the exfil. And that, kids, is the game. Alright, so we did achieve our primary objective of making it to the Humvee, checking it for survivors, and exfilling the survivor. However, we did take one KIA. I know I too am very disappointed, but as a secondary mission, kind of on the fly, if you will, we did bring our buddy home with us. No man left behind. That's the way I play. So we were able to do that. So, in recap, this is mission 1 of the solo modern game Battlespace by Table Salt Designs, Mr. Robert Salter. It's a game that I enjoy. Anytime it gets my blood pressure up, makes me yell at little dudes, and I'm playing with myself, by myself. You know what I meant. Get your mind out of the gutter. That's right. So, yeah. It's my little dude. I can play with it if I want to. Where the hell was I going with this? Oh yeah, Robert's game. It's a good game. I enjoy it. So this is mission 1 out of the rule book. I think there's 5 missions in the rule book. There's a Memorial Day special mission that he published that's available online on his Facebook page in the files, as well as he released a Navy SEAL supplement. So you can play Navy SEALs. They get some additional rules, some additional gear. And there's some more missions in there. And if you look on his Facebook, on the Battlespace Facebook page, you can also get some inspiration for some homebrew rules that players have come up with, their own scenarios and whatnot. So if you want to run your own scenario, it is certainly possible. It's easy to do. As you can see, it doesn't take a lot of terrain. It doesn't take a ton of pieces, unless you're like me and you roll bad. Then you're probably going to need to make sure you got more bad guys, because, well, turns out that's a thing. I did not run out of bad guys this game, which is rare for me, because normally I do. Because one of the things that you can get in the Sitrep deck is that an enemy element appears, and it's 1d6 number of dudes just show up, and I'll get that like twice a game. So I've got that going for me. That did not happen at all this game. However, I rolled like crap for their initiative. I don't know what's these guys aren't very motivated. I think they probably need to go back, do some retraining, something. I don't know, but yeah, they're gonna need some downtime here. You could also run this as a campaign, and by that I mean that if I went into mission 2, I would not have Rivers available to me because he died in this one. So you would have to put a new player in there. You could also start mission 2 with these guys with the same amount of wounds that they have, or maybe bump it up one where they've recovered but not fully recovered, kind of thing. So that might be kind of cool. Play it however you want. But it's a game that I enjoyed, and I hope that you all have enjoyed it as well. And if you have any questions, comments about it, please feel free to hit us up down below. Again, this is Marty and Chris doing our first thing. Yeah, the fourth wall over there. Doing our thing for the first time. So, if you have some constructive criticism or feedback, hey, it looks like shit, I can't stand the sound of your voice, I wish we had more of a top-down view, or whatever it is, please let us know, because this is the first time we've ever broadcast, and we're doing it by ourselves, and you really shouldn't leave us unsupervised. I think we've proven that tonight. But, we would love to have your feedback on how we could improve, because we're brand new at this. And with that being said, I thank you all for watching. I encourage you to like and subscribe to the Sitrep podcast on all your major social media platforms. We're on Twitch, Discord, Facebook, YouTube, probably others I don't know about. You can listen to the podcast on anything that has podcasts on it, I think, as well as Battle on Radio. Don't forget about that. And Donnie's doing her Christmas specials Monday, Wednesday, and Friday from 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. Central Time here in the U.S. So wherever you're at and around the world, do the math, figure out when that is. She plays her favorite tunes and shares a couple of fond stories and memories of Christmas. And with that being said, signing off, I'm Marty. He's Chris.
Later.
Have a good night, folks. Thanks for coming out.